Hey guys, Tech Agent, we're back. So I've been featuring a lot of vintage headphones, a lot of old headphones on the channel for a long time, and it's kind of getting obnoxious, I know, but I won't stop because I just have a lot of vintage coming up, vintage headphones, to review and to, make a history overview on. But this time we have something different, something I wanted to do a video on a long time ago, but I just never had the time, never had the thing, to make a video on. So but finally I have it, and it's just the perfect time for it. So let's talk about it. Here I have one of the rarest headphones in existence. This is the serial number 40 DT-48A that was gifted to me by KBI. He just passed it on to me, and when something is this rare, you cannot put a value on it. There's just nothing, there's no number that comes or that's justifies this headphone. So this is one of the rarest headphones, one of the oldest headphones in existence. But but there's something about this headphone that also needs a video on specifically. I made a video on this headphone some years, I think 1 year ago, I think. And it's one of the most I would say important items in my collection, and I really love this. One of the it's my prized possession in a way. But thing about this headphone, as you can see, is I've got modern earpads on it. These are the EDT-48R, sorry, EDT-48E. These pads are from the 20th century. These are very common earpads, the newest earpads of the DT-48. But when you think about the DT-48, since it's the world's first dynamic headphone, it also had the world's first headphone earpad, and earpads have come not a long way in these years of headphone production, and to a point where it makes you think, what are the advancements that have happened in these 100 years of making headphones. So I'm gonna open up this box. This is my buyer box with all the spare parts and stuff. And here I've got this is the EDT-48R, the oldest earpad in the history of earpads. I ordered these from Germany. They showed up like a week ago. These are the EDT-48R rubber pads for the Beyerdynamic DT-48 headphones. This earpad has been in production for almost 80 years now. It's still in production. Beyerdynamic has not discontinued this earpad. It's still in production because there are many DT-48 users currently in the world, and Beyerdynamic is still manufacturing the spare parts, the EDT-48R and the EDT-48E, the pleather pads. This headphone earpad goes way back in the 1930s, specifically 1938, when Beyerdynamic launched the DT-48 Berlin. They launched the EDT-48R, but those were very different EDT-48R. It was a black color EDT-48R, which was very small, at least smaller compared to this, but had the same diameter opening in the middle for the driver. These earpads, they're not the highest performing in terms of sonics, obviously, but it's the oldest design. It's made up of 100% rubber. It's solid rubber. It's one of the most uncomfortable earpads you can put on your head. This was designed for audiometric applications. That means people who are doing hearing aid tests and stuff, they show up, and a lot of people have these earpads on their ears. So over time, the doctors, they just take these pads off. They clean them in water and stuff, every so often, and then they put them back again, because if it was like leather and stuff, it would wear out very easily. But rubber, you can just clean it like with soap and stuff, and it's almost brand new again. So this headphone earpad goes back to a long time. In 1937 it was launched, and it's still in production. So it's the oldest headphone earpad ever made. It's the oldest headphone earpad design ever. And it's actually pretty cool. Beyerdynamic, something interesting about the manufacturing process. I have noticed that the made in Western Germany, the marking, as you can see over the time, the font was quite raised. This is slightly more flush than it used to be back in the day. I also have an older version which is in my DT-480 box. The text is clearly raised compared to this earpad. So there have been a few manufacturing tolerances here and there, but overall in this long run of the production, the design has almost stayed the same, in my opinion. So one of the oldest earbud designs ever. One of the most uncomfortable headphones in the world. One of the most uncomfortable earpads in the world, I would say. Not headphone, but really the earbuds. These are just very uncomfortable, and you cannot really listen to music with this for a long time because it's rubber and sweat accumulates and stuff, and it gets really nasty. So don't use this. But it's pretty cool. The history is very fascinating. I think it's the oldest earbud design, and it's really special. It's in the DT-48 family, and I think this earbud very significant in terms of what it has done, and it's quite funny to compare the advancements that have happened from that time to now, and just how minuscule the upgrades the advancement has been, in my opinion. So DT-48A EDT-48R is the earpad's model number. You can still buy this if you have a DT-48A or any other DT-48. You can still buy this pad, and it should work just fine. It's compatible with all DT-48s, the DT-48E, the DT-48A, and the DT-48S, as well as the 1980 DT-48 model with no E, A, or S. They're all backward compatible, so it's pretty easy to install them. These don't stick via glue. These sticks via this. It's basically this notch in which the ear cups of the DT-48s had that that sliding notch, and you just work your way around like a normal earbud. It's just this time it's inside of the beneath the pad. Other than that, it's exactly the same as it was when it was manufactured back in the 30s, actually in the 40s. But oldest earbud design, very fascinating. EDT-48R. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy, and like always, have a good one. All right. Thank you.